Good boy. Well
Cheers,
done, mate. Well
Thank
done.
you.
See that? I was all, let's enjoy the social. And now I'm like, oh, let's go, rig out, lad.
Sort of wait for that morning spur. Everyone says morning is generally quite productive here.
No, they're definitely fishing on your spot.
Absolutely made up with this one.
Kiss? Oh, kiss?
No.
Nothing! What a social! Danny boy. Good to
Always
see you,
a
mate.
pleasure.
Where have you
Always.
brought me?
Sunny Oxford, obviously. You wouldn't think it was October. Baulking Lake, one of Embryo's waters, and we've got the lake exclusive, mate, for the next 48 hours, I think.
Oh, you have absolutely put it on. Weather, lake exclusive, loads of carp showing, mate. I would love to waffle and do a lovely elaborate intro about how amazing this place is, but there's too many carp showing. I want to get going. We've got some social swims in a line, but I'm going to creep down there and definitely try and nick one off the top because it is bright and sunny. And you're going to go, what, put the barbecue on?
A little bit too early, but I might go and marinate the steaks. How about that?
Nice, mate. Well, I'm going to catch up with you soon, hopefully with the carp in the net.
I'm going to leave you hanging, I am.
I'm going to go in the swim. You going to leave me?
Yeah, I am.
I'll see you in a bit, mate. Well, what I've done, as you want to do on every good social, is be as antisocial as you possibly can be. I've moved down to the very corner of the lake. There's hardly any wind and the sun is beating down, which screams floaters. I've left the boys doing whatever they're doing, probably sorting their hair out. I've put a load of mixers out there just to see if there's any inquiries. It is a deep lake. It's pretty synonymous with fishing relatively close in over big beds of bait on the deck. But in this weather, I can't see them being down there. So floaters is what my first gambit. If they start taking, hopefully I can capitalise. If not, I've given it a chance and I'll go back in the swim and do the usual. But it looks so good for it. I cannot believe it's October and this hot. I'm in a t-shirt sweating. And fingers crossed the carp still think it's the middle of the summer and they get up on the surface. See that? That's a show, that one, I'd say. No ice creams, sun cream I've got on, and I've had some water, mate. It's absolutely boiling. I've put mixers out. Nothing! How about you? What have you been doing?
Not a lot. Got the base camp set up, been keeping an eye. You can see a lot of them on the back of this room with their backs out. And now I'll show they're everywhere, mate. But all mats, nets and slings are provided, so I've gone and I've treated you. They're in your swim as well.
Thanks, mate.
I'm just sort of setting up, getting ready, really. I thought if you was going to have it, you know, I'd come down here and coach yours.
Poach me up, yeah, brilliant.
But
I'll put in the groundwork, mate, and then you do. No, I don't think it's happening. So what I might do is I think keep this area free. No one's fishing down this end. It's a nice little corner. Keep watching the mixers I've put out. Go and set up there, and then maybe duck back here before going back into swim.
Yeah.
I do not know. It just depends. It is hot. They are just mooching, aren't they? Really.
It's unseasonably hot, really, isn't it? I mean, considering we're in October. There you go.
Wallop.
On that call, business.
Who's that?
Pete.
I didn't say Pete. That says Hot Legs XXX on here, mate.
Only fans. See you later.
See you later, mate. Oh, Danny boy!
Just in time. But yeah, little zig. I had it on from the previous session, and I thought, why not? Nice weather. Drop back, screaming take, and fingers crossed when it goes in the net, the first one of many.
Mate, I heard the take from over there. It was unbelievable, boy.
I did put the receiver behind your pillow.
Go on for the social. Can I knock it off? Oh, he's not ready.
You ain't got to knock it off.
He's not ready.
It'll probably fall off on its own.
He's not ready, Dan. He's not ready, Dan.
They're always
He's not
ready.
ready.
They're always
He's not
ready.
ready. He's not ready, Dan. He's not. I don't want to rush it.
Oh, look at you.
I don't want to
Who's
rush
got
it,
T-Rex
Dan.
arms? There we go.
Good boy. Well
Cheers,
done, mate. Well
Thank
done.
you. Whew. None of us were expecting that. GoPro's not out. Alex weren't out. But the rod was. And here we have it. First carp. Get him out. Give him a little weigh. And yeah, hopefully a couple more. Just under 14. Angry. Look at that. Just under 14 pound. First bite from Baulking. And on a zig. Weren't really expecting to fish zigs, but we're in October. It's 20 odd degrees and there's a lot up in the water. So why wouldn't you stick them out while you got everything ready? Happy days, hopefully the first of many. Yeah, fingers crossed, eh? They might even get bigger. They certainly go bigger in here. To £30, so lovely clean fish though, look at that. Get him back, get the rod sorted. Might treat myself to a tea as well. Woohoo!
Having seen Dan catch one on a zig, I've done the classic clone move of putting out a zig where basically I saw all those fish on top earlier and I was trying to target them on floaters. So that zig's out on an adjustable and I'll keep tweaking that until hopefully I can get myself one. And then what I'm doing now is getting all the disturbance out of the way. So I'm getting all my rods that I'm going to fish on the deck later this evening through till tomorrow morning primed. It's deep and I'm basically targeting different depths along the shelf as it drops down. I've got a spot there at 15 foot at 7 wraps and I'm going to fish one at 8.5 wraps and one at 10 wraps in 3 different areas. And hopefully when those fish come in, they're going to find or be at whatever depth that they want to be and I'll get takes on that rod. I then can move them to that depth or, which is what I hope will happen, I'll get rods across them all over a course of time. That's the theory. I'm just baiting up using a marker float. It's nice and simple, easy fishing. Just 12mm Scopex squid, boilies and 15mm of the new Nash test bait going out there to the marker floats. It's nice and easy catapult range and hopefully throughout the course of this evening and tomorrow morning, those spots pay dividends.
Right, all of a sudden, I feel very, very, very rushed to get a rig out. I was all, oh, let's enjoy the social. And now I'm like, oh, let's get a rig out, lad.
Oh, end of fizzing. Missed my chance. Blank.
Oh, they're definitely fizzing on your spot.
Oh no. Is that the 8.5 wrap one? Is that the middle rod?
It is, yeah.
Bit right that, mate. I was a bit scared. You know when you're a bit scared, Lister? I was a bit scared because it's so short. That on the other hand is absolutely perfect. Whack.
So after that first fish, obviously I'm keeping one out on the zig, but the other 2, I've just gone out not far, 12 wraps, it's about 20 odd foot of water, and I've put 10 pouches of bait over it, simple pop-up rigs, and like I say, straight boilie over the top, and sort of wait for that morning spur. Everyone says morning is generally quite productive here. Hass has put out quite a bit of bait, Tim's put a bit out and a bit further as well, so we're all covering different options and different approaches with the amount of bait. So we will just wait and see what pays dividends, and I can adjust tomorrow if I need to be.
Danny boy, I don't know about you, but this time of year, boy, does it go quickly, the light, mate. It's dark already. It's madness.
Oh mate, ain't gonna hang around much longer, is it? It's about time the cameraman got his act together and we could have done it an hour ago.
To be fair, what I've done is I've repositioned them. 3 are on the deck, mate. I've put some bait over them, all on bottom baits. I'm happy with they are. If they turn up, hopefully, like they were in the day today, they were in the sort of corner.
Definitely.
I'll nick them. You've put a couple of bottom baits out?
Yeah, I've got 2 out on the bottom, 12-ish wraps towards there. You know me, I'm not the most precise angler. Scattering the bait just about everywhere in front of me, from here to out there. I've left one out on the zig. It done the bite today.
Yeah.
Zigs go randomly, didn't they? It might do something through the night. But I know Tim's also put out quite a bit of bait. A bit longer, he's got a bit of shallower water in front of us. So
Mate, let's be honest, he's done us a kipper. Timbo has turned up late. He's had a look on the old swim catch map. He's seen a 10-foot plateau in about 50 foot of water, which we're fishing in, and he's bang on it, mate. Loaded it with bait, wait for the sun to come out tomorrow, churner, 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 and we're going to look like mugs. But he has bought some nice stuff for the barbecue, mate. So what we're really here for is what's going to happen next and what these cameras won't pick up, which is the old barbie being lit, us to sit down, have a chin wag, put the world to rights, and eat loads of food.
No, and I can't know, that was a little subtle cue for me to get going, weren't it? Really?
Get it on, mate. I'm starving. No, nice one, mate. Well, hopefully, if we don't catch them through the night, early morning we'll do a few bites, and if Tim does them, we'll kick him in. Let's go get the barbie on, mate.
It just go.
I think if you tighten this up.
Yeah, I know, but it's a zig, isn't it? If this is how we're going to be grueling them out, do you know what I mean?
Considering we've had how many bottom bait rods? 8 out.
Yeah. Cheers, brother. I'd set my alarm for 6 this morning as I knew that it was a morning walk. Everyone I know that's fished here has told me it does bites in the morning. I wanted to be up, I wanted to see them. And literally, it's that old cliche. As soon as them legs swung around, the dog hopped off the bed chair, the left-hand rod was away. And it was the zig, not the bait, the lone zig once again. Come on, the carp. Get on the liners. Not a bad wake-up core tool. 22 pound on the nose. And this one come to the zigs on the left-hand rod. 7-foot zig, bit of black foam. And yeah, first thing this morning, 6:30 I think it was, something like that. I was just getting up, put the kettle on, that old cliche. And here we are. The sun's breaking up, plenty of mist, it's a beautiful morning. But yeah, absolutely made up with this one. They're getting bigger and they're still bigger in here. So we are buzzing. Happy days.
Gents, I'm going to say we've had mixed results. Danny boy, thank God you're on the shoot, mate. Well done.
Save the day.
I'd say it's anti-social in a social to punish up the anglers either side of you when you're in the middle, but
Definitely.
2 on zigs.
The weather's changed a bit today, so I don't know if that's going to affect your 2 plans or not.
The wind's nice.
Yeah, the wind is good, it's still bright. I can only be described as one of the most incredible nights, liner activity. It's just ridiculous, mate. It was active, there were fish about, whether they were cruising mid-water, I don't know, but they're all on the deck. I had so many liners and continue to have them, and what I've done is I've brought them all in short, thinking that those liners are preempted by fish literally 4 or 5 wraps out.
Yeah,
so I'm fishing
that.
all of them short over a bit of bait, but I reckon that's me, mate. I've been ADHD. I've been changing everything, hook baits, rigs, the lot, ranges. Hopefully something will pay off for that effort. Timbo, your end, you're right down there, mate. Ain't seen much of you.
Yeah, well, same as you last night. A few liners, I think I was just too far out. I've done exactly the same as you. After those liners, I've just brought it literally right in. It's not actually far off the end of the rod tips, really. And it's just time to sit on my hands, I think, see what happens.
I think between us, we've got everything covered, really. I think the only thing we can do is potentially move and look at elsewhere. But there's been fish here, there's been plenty of shows.
Fish showing everywhere.
Fingers crossed, we can unlock a key and get a few more bites. But Danny boy, my money's on you for the next one.
They've come out of the blue, haven't they? It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? I've done nothing special.
I'd say it's clear, not blue, mate. But yeah, nice work, mate. Hey, you've caught them, that's good. We need some more. I'm going to drink this.
Ace is the lucky charm, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah, go on, Ace. He's good, isn't he? And fingers crossed the next time you see us, one of us will have a rod bent and a fish on the end.
Let's hope so.
And he's on down. Looking back at the session, I can only describe it, and I think I did last night pretty aptly, saying it was a bit of a roller coaster, really. When you come on to a session, you can't pick the weather conditions. We've got a fantastic venue with incredible potential. As you always do, you sort of look at the old lake map, you look at the conditions, you look at what's been out before, some of the fish that have been caught. You get to lake, you're absolutely buzzing, and I got the rods out, I was happy as could possibly be with everything. And pretty much that first 24 hours, I fished as well as I possibly could have without any sort of result. Conditions were a little bit against us with all that bright sun, but then me being me, I can't ever think, what if I did that, or what if I did that, or what if I tried that? I have to actively go and do it. I think a very wise angler, Mr. Ollie Davis, said to me a long time ago, he says, if you can go out there and give yourself an opportunity to catch one, that's the best you can do. So instead of sitting in the swim, I decided to get on my toes and try and find some fish that were showing. And boy, did we find some showers. I went round the opposite end to where I was fishing, and in that bay and across that bank, they were showing with ridiculous regularity. Whether they were taking naturals, whether the bright conditions and the untimely seasonal conditions had pushed them into layers. I tried really hard flicking bags at them, being really subtle, putting adjustable zigs out and working the depths. But unfortunately, after an awful lot of blood, sweat and tears and effort, nothing materialised. Jack Leddington, Embryo Fishery Manager, mate.
Nice
Is that
to
the
meet you.
official title?
Yeah, along those lines.
Thank God you've come round, mate, because I need a break from watching probably 100 shows over the top of me and absolutely no go. It's obviously my inept angling ability, mate, but what a place. Talk to me a little bit about the venue as a whole, mate, how long you've had it and the sort of journey to get it to this point.
Yeah, we've had the lake 4 years now. Been open the last sort of 9 months. Previous to that, we've fed, trying to get the fish up to as quality as we can. Yeah, 20 acres. Yeah, it's a lovely, peaceful environment to do a bit of fishing.
Mate, it's a mega, I've really enjoyed it despite the fish punishing me. Stock-wise, what have you got?
600 plus, mixture of Simos, Priories,
Yeah.
and VS fish, so a nice mix. Up to sort of low 30s so far, but a good head of 20s to go at.
And mate, they're unbelievable shows. Like as I've just said there, they show wherever they are, aren't they, mate, in proper numbers. So you know when you're there or thereabouts on them. In terms of an angler coming here, for you, the sort of key things for them to think about or look at, what would you say is sort of your top 3 tips, if you like?
To start off, keeping it simple, and then depth can vary at different times of the year. Springtime, you want to be in as shallow water as possible, and then back end of the year, autumn time, you're looking at 20 foot plus to get the most
Right.
out of your session, yeah. And then thirdly is feed.
Yeah.
I try and encourage people to use as much bait as possible. They are pack fishing here, so you might get 40, 50 turn up at once on you. So the biggest mistake I see people doing is not putting enough feed in. Yeah,
fair days. And you also said to me in terms of not necessarily also fishing free on a spot, sometimes spreading your bets, really.
Yeah, each swim commands a lot of water, and 3 on a spot with the depth I've found can be a bit of a negative effect.
Right.
I tend to fish 2 separate spots and almost bounce the fish between each spot as once they've come round in a pack. Yeah.
Mate, and you've caught a few, mate, so you're miles more experience to say so to me, mate. But it's an incredible place. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed, mate, chatting to you and all your experience in Embryo. Before we go, mate, being an Embryo Fishery Manager, you enjoy it? Good life?
Yeah, love it, yeah. Very much a lifestyle than a job. Yeah, I couldn't really explain a working week to you. It's that varied. Lots of miles, meeting lots of people, and yeah, lots of work to do.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Well, you've done a cracking job with this place. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes and matures in the future, but it's an unbelievable site. And hopefully, with a bit of luck and your expert guidance, mate, I can manage to see one of these fish in the flesh on the bank, mate. But thanks for a chat.
No worries. Cheers.
I'm going to be completely honest, I was relatively dejected when I came back to the swim that evening and I flicked the rods back out onto the spots where I'd baited before going stalking. And I thought, hopefully, those fish would turn up having rested the swim. And true to form, they did. It wasn't out for more than an hour, I'd say, when I was back. I was having a little bit of food because I went round there and hadn't eaten or drank anything all day, which is poor form for me, but I was so into the fishing with that many shows when I was stalking that I had no concept of time. You all know what it's like. I got back into the swim and within an hour, away the right-hander went, and to say it melted would be an understatement. I've had some takes in my time, but it absolutely tore off. Upon picking up the rod, I knew it was a better fish. I knew the pedigree and the quality of fish that Embryo have stocked, the feeding regime they have here, and the quality of water. They kick up a storm. They've got deep water. It did a lot out in the pond, but it also absolutely beasted me in the edge. And upon netting it, it looked like a good one. I had JT in a swim, and JT said to me that a lot of the better fish in the lake at the moment, because they're going to grow on and be absolute chunks, are all commons. Sure enough, it was a common, and peering down, I thought it had a chance of doing 30. I went from the perils of sort of exhaustion, blood, sweat and tears with nothing, to the extreme highs that only carp fishing can bring with that 30-pounder, all the lads in the swim, as it should be on a social, that positive, upbeat atmosphere. Well, what is it they say? Effort equals reward. I've chased these incredible fish all day around this incredible lake with no success. I've come back in a swim and I've managed to land this. Just over 30 pounds, a real bulking beast. What a place. I've still got the night to go. And he hates me talking. Boys, you're absolute legends. I love both of you. Thank you so much. This is one I certainly won't forget. What a place. Kiss? Oh, kiss?
No.
Nothing! What a social! Hairs on the back of your neck stuff, laughs, banter, lovely cat shots. Back he went, and really, that evening, it was brilliant. Sat back, lovely, warm, nice, unseasonably mild October evening. Venison steaks, good chat, great lads, loads of banter. Eventually we got our heads down, woke up, and the session sort of, I wouldn't say petered out, but maybe not reached the potential it could do with the right conditions. I don't think I could do anything else or fish it any better. I think that's just the nature of carp fishing. Sometimes you don't quite get the timing right, but the potential's clear to see. It's done 3 bites, 2 for Dan on zigs, 1 for me, a 30-pounder. And the sheet of water, the amount of shows and what we've witnessed over this period of time on this session, this place has got an incredibly bright future. Morning, Danny boy.
Good morning, sir.
One word to describe last night?
Quiet.
Had a good social. On the rod front though, mate, it was quiet, wasn't it?
The steak was great, but it's unusually quiet as well, isn't it? Speaking to the bailiff, speaking to James, this place normally does bites, you know, but the weather's been up and down. It's been, it's been random. It's been a tough one, innit? I think it's fair to say.
I don't think we've quite got the timing right. That ridiculous spell of warm weather has not helped. It's a deep water. They've been up in the water. They have been showing, so we can't say that we've not been in areas in amongst them.
There goes, come out twice.
Yeah, just to further stick the knife in, hasn't he? But mate, it is what it is. Saying that, we've got what? A bit of the morning left. We're probably going to stick it out until midday. Oh, I've had a 30-pounder, so I cannot be sort of disgruntled. You've had 2 bites.
The average, with 3 fish, the average is what works out, £22, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm chuffed with that, you know. It has been good, but you know, it's like this time of year, October, you're expecting hits, aren't you? You know, you build it up in your head, but it's fishing.
It is, mate. I think timing-wise, if we came back when the weather had been settled, maybe more cold, do you know what I mean? In a month or so's time, it might be a completely different story.
I've got incredible winter form, innit? I know several good anglers have done some good stuff on here and had big hits.
You changed anything tactically, mate, or you just staying the same and just sort of see it out?
So I had the fix sig out. I've actually put an adjustable a bit further out, and I'm just going to try and work that for the next few hours.
Yeah.
But I feel good sitting in your fit. You've got a nice bit of back of the wind, to be honest.
Yeah.
There seems to be quite a bit happening, and they do just turn up out of the blue, don't they?
That's it. When they're on you, you get your bites. When they're not on, they're not. But I think one thing that I've definitely clocked is like resting the swim yesterday, having no disturbance. They don't like a lot of noise on them.
No.
So I'm just going to leave those, let them fish through to midday till we pack up, and hopefully they drop on that bait and we pick one up. But either way, mate, 48 hours, a couple of bites,
great,
30-pounder, good social, and a lovely, lovely place.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that the cameraman has absolutely pilfered all my supplies. He's not made 1 coffee. He ain't made 1 coffee since he's been here. I've been through 2 lots of gas, loads of water, and he just keeps going, oh yeah, I'll have one.
Well, we'll put a little hotline at the bottom for people to send CVs or whatever.
That's outrageous, mate. We need new crew, or at least people who sort of share their supplies. Bang out of order.
It's a nice coffee and all, mate.
Rig-wise, on here, as with all my fishing, it's a case of keeping it simple. Reliable, strong, and because of the nature of this fishing and the packs of fish that go around and the potential to get 3, 4, maybe even 5 bites in a row, I've opted for the ever faithful, talked about millions of times, Ronnie rig. In terms of the rig itself, component-wise, I have a size 4 twister hook. Hook bait-wise, for me, what I've had my bite on has been a pink Scopex squid 15mm pop-up, something really blatant over the boilie that I've put out there. The other features of the rig that sort of make it unique to how I like to fish the Ronnie rig, boom-wise, I've got a Fluorolink boom in 20-pound. It's quite stiff. It means it falls away from the lead system in this deep water on those longer drops. And it also is inconspicuous as the water's really clear here. The only other thing that's unique is at the Ronnie swivel end, I use a Perfection loop knot. I don't grinner knot it to the Ronnie swivel. I use a little Perfection loop knot which gives this hook section a little bit more movement. So whichever way the fish approaches the rig, there's the probability or the chance for that movement to help aid in hooking. Other than that, it terminates in a leg clip with a little anti-tangle sleeve there just to further help kick everything away. And that's pretty much it. If I was to get 3 or 4 bites, it'd be really easy to pull this hook off, get a brand new, fresh, super sharp one back on there, back out on the spot, and hopefully capitalise on those bite times. That's it in a nutshell. It's really simple. I'm just fishing over a load of 12mm and 15mm boilie, scattered out at catapult range, and it's done me the bite.
Personally, I've been looking forward to fish Baulking for quite a while now. I've seen it in social media, I've seen it in the publications, and it just looked like a lovely venue, and it's got a great stock of carp as well. But more than that, for me, it was a social element. We're sort of coming into that autumn period. Everyone's fished different waters throughout the year. It's a great time to get together and just chew the fat about what's happened or what you've got planned for next year. Now on here, there's 14 swims, but at its max, it is full with 10 anglers. And that don't mean you've got to find 9 other friends. You ain't got to worry about that. There's ticket options. There's a Monday to Friday and a Friday to Monday. Now you can have a group of 3 or 2 groups of 3 and a group of 4. That's how we set the tickets out. Or if you want all 10, you book all 10. So you can have 3, 4, 10, 6 or 7, you know, it's in them configurations. But it always allows 4 swims to stay free. So you can bait areas and you can leave them, or if someone's having a session and they're not having it off, they can jump round and find fish. The fish move quite everywhere as well, so no matter how you want to fish, a lot of the fishing's done in the edge, on that marginal shelf up to about 40, 50 yards. But depending on what you want to do, you will find it on here. And the good thing about it, it's not overly peggy. The fish do the rounds, everyone has a chance, and the more people on here, they'll bounce the fish and keep pushing them round. I think it's exceptional, it's got a great future, and I think I'm going to have to come back. Because although I'm extremely chuffed with how the session's gone, I just got a feeling there's a big hit to be had out of Baulking, and whoever has that is going to have it off.
Oh, Danny boy, that is a wrap.
It's been emotional, mate.
Mate, it has. It's been brilliant, mate. It's been nice to sit down, have a social. It's been nice to catch a good one. You've caught a couple. May not have been what it could be, but that just makes you want to come back. We haven't had ideal conditions, but it's a mega place, mate, isn't it?
Oh, it's incredible, mate. Yeah, I really like it. And again, I think the colder months, that's when it's going to real pick up. Like, you know, that's when people have good hits. And like you say, it's that social aspect. I think it's got everything. I'm a fan.
Mate, I've had a 30-pounder. I'm buzzing. That drive back up north will be beaming smiles, loads of tunes on, and happy as Larry.
Yeah.
We come back, definitely, and we might even let Lister behind the camera there get his rods out. Maybe.
But we might not. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Drive safe, brother.
Cheers, mate.